Up for me. Really, I couldn't ask for better musical group. But I love your song, and I love your songs too. So you sing cover song, and you write your own song.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Now is this being? Are we on the radio now?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go, but it was. Thank you for having me here tonight. My name is Brian, and I'm a recovering Catholic. I spent 12 years in Catholic school learning how to pray and to be submissive. I received the award for being the most quiet, which led to my scholarship to the Catholic Mime School, where I learned how to do this. Thank you. The only Catholic girl that I liked and looked up to was the material girl, Madonna. And she's very complicated, and she contradicts herself a lot. I'm still a fan, but I remember I read an article her saying, I don't wear anything by the Gap. And then 5 years later, she's the poster model for the Gap. She's strutting around in a TV commercial wearing jeans. So I see a lot of contradictions in her and in the world, which makes it very confusing. But and even in Provincetown, I see contradictions, and I hear like very funny things, like my friend was looking for a Bible in town, and he went to the library and they didn't even have one. And then he went to Tedeschi's and they didn't have one. And I said, well, you go to Marc Jacobs, I mean, they have one for $125. But he didn't even want to spend that much money on a Bible. Isn't that crazy? There's no Bible in town. There's no Bible. And then he said, well, I'm going to go to church to find one. And I said, but it's Wednesday. Church is on Sunday night at Enzo. I mean, you're on the wrong day. But I don't know, it's interesting he wanted to read the Bible and he couldn't find it in this town. I think that's a sign that we're all doomed. But Alanis is a very faithful person. And I like that song that you sang. I really, when I was walking up the stairs, hearing you, I was like, wow, I'm in the wrong place. Because you sound just like her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm not mean, just when I sit next to you. Now, we work at the same establishment. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get sued by them. But there was a famous actor in the hotel, right? His name was Jeremy Einersen. And I saw him ironing his shirt when I was cleaning up his room.
That's right on it.
He didn't tip, but that's okay. I noticed in this town there's a lot of tipping. You have to tip the waiter, which I understand, the taxi driver, the pharmacist, the coffee maker, the barista. And I want to get in on the tipping too. So when someone asks me for directions, like, where's church? And I say, well, you go down the corner. You go down Commercial Street, and then you make a right. And they're like, oh, thank you, thank you. And then I say to them, tip, tip. And I make the hand movement so they know that I'm looking for a tip. And most people walk away. So I try these practices out so you don't get embarrassed like I do. I was at the Squealing Pig and a woman burped out loud. And I turned around, she was sitting near me, and I said, how embarrassing. I mean, that's really awful. And she just smiled, but I love it here because I always am amused by the people who come here, the tourists and the foreigners. Last night my friend and I went to Tedeschi's for gas, and he called first and said, is this the cheap night for gas? And the Jamaican woman said, yes, it's a cheap night. I can't really do the accent, but he's like, so it's, how much is it? She said, oh, it's $3.99. And he said, so, and what is it tomorrow? And she said $3.99. So he had to repeat it. So it's $3.99 today, which is a cheap night, and tomorrow is the cheap night. No, it's not the cheap night, it's $3.99. So the point of the story is that the gas is $3.99 every night, but if you they subtract the 6 cents on Tuesday night. I guess you had to be there for that one. But I'm here to also promote my new book. It's called P-Town Humor, and I finally got in the Provincetown magazine. Beginning of the summer I went there, they said no, we're not putting you in. But through, struggling and keep writing and drawing and going back to them, I finally got an article written about me, and I'm just going to read some of it. It's called P-Town Humor by Einersen, and I dedicated it, it's for the mosquitoes. May their favorite TV show, True Blood, be canceled immediately. Now, some of it's based on, I do team shirts, and they're based on the whole Team Aniston, Team Jolie phenomenon of years past. And I noticed in town that there's 2 of everything. They're not rivals on the record, but off the record I think they are, like Team Wire Puppy and Team Lazy Kitty. Team Dog Park and Team Children's Park. And now I drew Whitney Houston for the Children's Park, and I substituted dogs for children in her famous song. I'll sing a little bit of it. It's not going to be as good as yours, but I believe dogs are a future in Provincetown. I see dogs everywhere. Last night I was at a Tennessee Williams party, and this dog walked in, helped himself to the appetizers, and left. And it's true. So this is another team shirt, Team 3 Jobs and Team 4 Jobs. Team Bear Week, Team Family Week. Team Low Tide, Team High Tide. The Low Tide t-shirt, it's only low cut. Team Bulgaria, I want job. Team Jamaica, what she say? This is my favorite one. It's called Breakwater Breakups. If you have to break up with someone, go to the breakwater. Woman number 1, the sun finally came out. Woman number 2, I knew it was gay. Let's see. Oh, for Ruthie's. Ruthie has great clothes there. And I imagine like this woman coming off her yacht, going to Ruthie's boutique and saying, may I see a catalog? S'il vous plaît? And the Ruthie's employee says, plates are in the back. But have you ever seen their catalog at Ruthie's? I've never seen one. It's really hard to order online too. It's 2011. Come on. Thanks for bearing with me. This book's available online at blurb.com for $4,000. I think it's pretty reasonable for Provincetown. You know what? The other one I ripped out, but it's a man at the boat slip, and there's two men. One is he's sitting at the edge of the water at the pool, and he says to the gentleman next to him, "Hi, I'm Gary." And then, so man number one says, "Hi, I'm Gary." And then man number two says, "Gary, I'm really not good with names. What's your social security number?" And last but not least, I worked at a gallery, and nobody was buying art. And it was really sad. So I came up with this new store policy that you look, you buy. Thank you so much.
So are you
Thank you.